Is it live right now? Lake County Jacuzzi. I mean, koozie?
Jacuzzi? I want a jacuzzi.
I got a can jacuzzi.
There's a notification.
Where's my phone? It's on. What's your phone? Let me turn this thing down. So, there's a guy I've been messaging. Anyway, lives in New Jersey. There.
No shirt.
The guys that don't like this, like he said, there's like 20-something guys, and he's the only one racing shrimp, and they all just flipped on it so you can't race it. That's pretty messed up.
I saw that.
That's messed up, dude.
Bunch of scared little girls.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be the next argument next week.
Yeah, whatever.
They're whispering.
New Jersey MPRC, get your shit together, man. I've always wanted to see how this goes. I mean, I love all the guys and stuff, but to single somebody out like that just because they're trying something new that's still legal, I mean, that's the same kind of shit we got going on here, you know?
Yep.
That really chaps my hide. Take two. That really grinds my gears.
That really burns my rubber.
That really burns my rubber. Well, that could also be the herpes too, Rick.
That's those sores on.
Yeah, that's what they are. But I did get these ones. I had a weld drop out of my hand this week. That was really fun. I was like, shit, that's hella cool. Guys, get in here and see
That's
this.
not. That's,
Huh?
huh?
Oh, it was overhead.
Oh, it's backwards?
Probably because I was going in. I was feeding it in like that. I'm building these big cages for all the generators, for the PPS, the power shutdown or whatever for the city.
Plan safety power.
Yeah, that's what it's
plan,
called.
yeah.
There's
They're shut your power off to save everybody.
20 different intersections that they want to put generators at, and then send somebody around with gas all night. And they wanted me to make these they're 36 by 24 by 24, just big ass enclosures, you know. And so I've been pounding on those all week. Yeah, and I got out of production welding long ago because I didn't want to be a production welder. You guys ready? Hey, it's 8 minutes after 8, so we must be on time.
Ben, you don't have to do anything with the DR10 to run a shark body. You just pop it on there and run it. That's what I run on my car.
Yeah.
It's narrow, but you got a little bit. You just have more tire room.
Yeah. Hey, if you want to run a shark body, don't let anybody be a communist. You go out and get yourself a shark body and rip it up. Okay, we're ready. Hey guys, welcome to episode 21. As the number gets bigger, the eyes get wider. So, want to give out a big shout out to Paul Peterson of Shark RC Bodies. He makes dirt oval stuff, makes drag stuff. You know, some guys were kind of caught off surprise because it's a little bit of a design, but it absolutely fits all the rules. And if, you know, there's this, I won't say any names or whatever, but there's a guy I've been talking to in the United States, and he's just like 20-something guys, and they just run regular rules or whatever, and he bought a shark body to try it out, and they just singled him out at a race and said, you're not allowed to race with us with that body. So I thought that was pretty screwed up. So yeah, and that's, you know, to take something that somebody's trying that's different and it meets the rules, and then just because you don't like it, single them out, let alone not even let them race with you, I think that's pretty crappy. I think that's the absolute opposite of what we're trying to do in this sport, promote this sport and get new people into it. Because I got to tell you guys, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you make enough people turn their noses away, it catches on, and next thing you know, you got half the people selling their cars and getting out of the sport, and that's not where we want to go with this thing. So if you're one of those people, stop being one of those people. So what's up to Paul Peterson? Paul Peterson is a week or two behind, guys. So what happened was, Paul has one machine, and you know we have people all the time that come up and say, "Hey, can Paul make this?" and Paul make this. No, Paul can't make it like that. It's not, "Hey, Paul, here's a picture of what I drew," and then Paul goes out to his shed and takes his tin snips out and comes out 20 minutes later and makes you a body. It doesn't work like that.
Well, that's what I expect.
It takes tens of thousands of dollars to produce one mold and a company to CNC it and engineer it, and then once that happens, he has to. I mean, it's just so much that goes into it. It just doesn't work like that. So. we'd like to see some new wink wink stuff on the horizon. So anyway, getting back to it, Paul's 2 weeks or so out. If you're waiting on a shark body, and here's why. So Paul has one big body machine and one oven and stuff, and makes it all work. And he has to set it all up for his dirt oval stuff, and then try and fill up his orders and put some stock on the wall, and then by that time, the shark bodies for the NPRC have just his orders are going through the roof. So he stops what he's doing, and he takes a whole day to tear this machine down and set it back all up with the new molds. And then he starts making drag bodies, and then it happens vice versa. The dirt oval stuff starts backing up. So what Paul's done is we've helped Paul so much with these bodies and getting into the NPRC. Paul's been really able to take it even one notch up in seriousness, and he went and spent $5,000 or $10,000 on a brand new body machine so he can have one just for NPRC and just for dirt oval. And I think that once he really in the next couple weeks hammers down on both sides of them at the same time, because it's that much easier now. He just Thursday contacted me and said, "Hey, I got the machine all set up, man. That's what I've been doing all week." And so if you're waiting for a shark body, be patient. They're a couple weeks out, and that's just part of a small company getting one step bigger. There's multi-million-dollar companies out there that have probably a warehouse of 20 people with 20 different machines, and they're popping bodies out. And that's not where we're at yet. We're the small guy on the block. And if you want to try something new, try something that's obviously, really good looking. Try a shark body. So. I want to give a shout out to Troy Schroeder of Phantom RC Products. As always, Phantom makes some really fast motors. A lot of people probably, God, I can't tell you how many. So many people have followed us in our last couple months worth of adventures doing this, and bought Phantom motors, and I never heard one negative feedback. Never heard one guy say, my other motor's faster, or this motor's, it's a piece of crap. It's always just like, wow, I got this Phantom, and wow, so check that stuff out. I want to give a shout out to Steve at R1. R1 makes the Digital 3, the speed controls that I'm running now. They're really good speed controls. It's really starting to catch fire. They make great stuff. Milo Carvalho. Milo is a great guy. He owns Flash Packs. He took us on about 4 or 5 months ago. It's been about that long. Towards the beginning of the year, February-ish, and Milo's he's done an awesome job, and he's getting bigger, and we like to think that we've really helped a lot of companies get even if they were big, now they're even bigger. We sold how many hundreds and hundreds of chassis for Steve Negri is my next shout out at RCRI, RC Racing Innovations, with the Black Widow chassis that we run on the cars, unless we're making our own.
That happens.
I'll get to that in a minute. I want to give a shout out to Justin Holt, Holt's Custom Mats. He's making all these nice mats. It's catching on all over the United States. He's making them for everybody. Milo and Justin have both offered to send us some stuff for Race Wars. We're getting down to it, guys. We've been so used to being in the Corona thing, and it's months away. Well, it's next month. So Race Wars is coming on the 5th of September. Be there or be square, but these guys have been nice enough to reach out and say, "Hey, man, I'm going to donate this, and this," because I know it's going to St. Jude's Children's Hospital for the children. So. With that being said, if there's anybody, this video on until September trickles down to anybody that I haven't reached out to. If you want to reach out and donate, this is a cool way to do it because we're doing it through RC Cars. So if there's anything, whether it's a set of wheels or, we're not asking.
I've got a Raw Speed shirt and a Raw Speed hat that's going in for the
Now,
raffle
who
stuff.
gave you that stuff?
Jason from Raw Speed.
Okay, Jason from Raw Speed, you're awesome. Thank you. What's his last name?
Snyder.
Snyder. Jason Snyder?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I know. Yeah, I think I've talked to that guy. Anyway, Jason Snyder with Raw Speed. Thank you, man. If you're reaching out to Randy for the St. Jude's thing that I've helped these guys put together, that's really awesome. That means a lot to us. We've had a lot of people, really, it's really raised some eyebrows because even though there's other people in maybe some other areas of the country in other forms of RC doing something and giving back, I like to think of us, and as far as I know, we're the only ones in the NPRC world wanting to do that. And it's not just something that we're going to do; it's something that's high on our priority list. So I'm chomping at the bit. I can't wait until the more and more donations come in, and we just have this huge table with a couple cars and some speed controls and a bunch of suspension parts and wheels and tires and mats and cat packs, and I think it's really going to bring people over to the table to buy tickets, and that's what it's about. So I want to give a shout out to Robert Knighton at RC Tags. He makes the miniature license plates, and he does web design. And if you have a race coming up and you'd like a banner for the race to advertise on Facebook, he'll make you a really dope looking one. The next shout out I want to give is to Ricky. Ricky, for the first time in 2 years, has taken my crown from me here in Sonoma County, so the race day started out really good. For me, and the car was dialed. I mean, I figured out the tire problem that I had with the guys in Sacramento. That was kind of a new thing to me because I've always run the same thing, and then I switched one big thing to where I couldn't go back because all my new tires that I had done that I brought with me were that switch, and it gave me problems in Sacramento. I got that dealt with, and I mollywopped every race I had, and then about 12:30, 1 o'clock. There was a strong headwind that came in, and it was probably a good 20-mile headwind, and I went out there and I raced my first race, and I'm like, dude, I've run the car 3 times already. The thing's on rails, just put it down. I mean, it's prepped to the gills. I mean, the battery's peaked perfectly. The tires are perfectly warm, and I mean, everything's ready to go like it always is in my race program. And I set the car down, and it shot left halfway down the track, and I lost the race. And I was like, okay, that's not a big deal. It's just one race. And then it did it again. Well, the thing that threw me off is, like I've explained many times, when you launch a car and immediately goes one way, it's just a bar set or a tweak if it's even bigger. But what I've never had a problem with is getting out halfway on the track and then it happening. So I didn't think to adjust the bars. And by the time I got to the third race and it did it off the line to tell me that it was the bars, I had already lost enough places where Ricky did what I obviously couldn't do that day, and he made that ghost go A to B as fast as it freaking could, and that thing's just a rocket, dude. There's something stupid about that beat up old scratched car. There's a spirit in it. I swear to God, if you don't believe it, line up next to it. So, and that's pretty much what the Gunslinger is. The Gunslinger is pretty much just a carbon copy. It has a couple little newer gadgets on it to be the next gen, but they're the same cars. So hopefully I'll gather it. I want to give a shout out to Hunter Stewart. Hunter Stewart works at Jake's Performance Hobbies, located in Rohnert Park, California, at 707-586-3375, and he ships to the lower 48 for all your drag racing needs and RC needs. But Hunter Stewart works at the shop there, and Hunter was one of the guys I lost to, and at the end of the day, I just didn't have enough races left to call people out to try and get anything back. So actually I went down to 4th, and I was able to get to 3rd, and then the race day ended. So I got 2 people sitting ahead of me. I got some work to do. My hat is off to both of these gentlemen. I did lose my crown, but I would love to let everybody know that the crown still resides right here in the 707, baby. So with that being said, I want to go over some. There's been a lot of the newer guys coming in, and on the internet again, I'm seeing another wave of, hey, do gearing, hey, and I'm like, hey, we did it in 3 and 7, So you guys, if you haven't subscribed, if you haven't checked us out on YouTube, please go to YouTube, look up not 707 Streetcars, but Streetcars, all one word, of the 707, number 2 word. So Streetcars of the 707. Our videos will pop up. Subscribe. Get 10 of your friends to subscribe. We have a good announcement that happened. Was just this week, right? Or was it last week? Yeah, it was last week, and we sat on it. That's right, because it was too close to the couple things. So big announcement. We have toppled over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. So we will putting a constant post this week to remind people, tell your friends, your local areas. We will no longer be going live from Facebook. We're going to be going through YouTube Live next weekend, or next Friday. So we have a little bit of something else in store as far as the shows. You guys, like I said at the beginning, you guys, our followers know where we're at. We're at episode 21. Okay, in 21 episodes, there's only so many nuts and bolts and stuff that you can buy and take apart and show people that we have in a great log that Randy Vieira has put us together on our YouTube page. That we're not struggling for material, but in the drag racing world we are. So from episode 21 tonight on, we are going to primarily be drag racing, and we'll be always coming back or having something to do with drag racing. But we're going to branch out. There's no other, just like when we started this 6 months ago, there was no other show like this, and it started a fire across the nation, and there's shows everywhere now. And I still like to think that we're the biggest show on the air. So with that being said, we want to branch out in other areas of RC. And next Friday night, it will be announced the time because we got to check schedules and stuff. But next Friday night, we will be not only going live earlier just for that show on YouTube, but we won't be doing it here in the Judd Laboratory. We'll be going live from Roberts Lake with the same table and stuff. And instead of RC cars up here, you're going to have some of the baddest RC boats that you can see in Northern California. We're talking 85, 90 mile an hour, just screaming demons, dude. And we're gonna we have what, 10 of them between us all.
I've got 3 in a tugboat.
I got
In the
one.
I
tugboat.
got 4.
Okay, well maybe I can borrow one and
I
rent
got
one.
9.
Maybe I can rent one from you.
Fuck, they just sit there.
You will be right.
So we're gonna be trying stuff, you guys. We're always gonna be part of the
They
drag
do
racing
too.
scene. We're always going to be coming back to the drag racing scene. I think we'll do what we're going to do next Friday night from YouTube for the first YouTube video to kind of be like a zinger of something different. And then we'll be coming back to the laboratory. I will be moving hopefully in the next couple months to as soon as I get another house, and our studio here will be a lot more professional. So it's always kind of just been my workshop background. But there's some changes coming in streetcars where we're constantly evolving, trying to make it better. And we want to stay on top, and we want to work hard, and we want to bring the guys the information. But also, sometimes it's not just about knowing everything that's under the hood of my car. Sometimes you just want to see something badass, on YouTube, and that's what we want to bring you guys. We're lucky enough and grateful that we have so many cool little things in our lives, like these RC boats and helicopters and stuff like that. And some guys don't out there, and we want to share that experience with them. So
Before we get too crazy away, we do have a box of stuff from Stealth Designs for the DR10.
that's right. And that guy, hold on, don't tell me
I
this
keep
guy's.
forgetting.
What was his name?
JR.
JR. Okay. So it is going to be impossible moving forward for me to give a shout out every show for everybody that's made a donation. But his name is JR. JR from Stealth Designs, and this is the guy that's making the DR10 stuff.
Yeah, the center
cooling
mount,
Okay.
ESC mount, and a cooling fan that attaches to the top of the transmission.
This gentleman, I don't think has been one of our normal followers. He chimed in a couple months ago.
Yeah,
and
he
started
popped up,
watching.
yeah.
And just immediately just saw what we were trying to do with the St. Jude. Said, "Hey, I'm making these products. I'm reaching out. I want to get you some of these products for the St. Jude's drive." So. Stealth Designs, JR. If you have a DR10, which a lot of people do,
They're not $30 for a little piece that
yeah.
mounts it.
I mean, yeah. There's some crazy. Some people are trying to pass some $12 items off as $30 and $40 items. So, anyway, that's not my business. My business is there's a lot of more associated following these days, which we're going to show you something bitchin' that my buddy here Randy made all on his own.
Ooh.
And if he can get enough people interested, maybe we could.
Milk you? Milk you?
It's work, but it pays off, dude. Anyway, there's a lot of DR10s out there, and if you want to get a nice, really nice purpose-made fan mount or speed control mount, or some kind of little gadgetry like that for your DR10 to bring it, that one step further, get a hold of JR at Stealth Designs, and get some of his stuff. So.
Designs with the Z.
Actually, I want to write that down. Because as we get more and more people, JR Stealth Designs. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to my new friend is a guy named Ramel Whitaker, and he is contacted me a couple months ago and begged me until I finally broke down and said, okay, I'll build you a car. We're building him one badass car that's a copy of these cars, and it's going to the Cayman Islands. So if you watch this and you race NPRC in the Cayman Islands, watch out, because Ramel's going to come out there and he's bringing some of the actually everything of the 707's arsenal in this car that he's purchased for me, and it's taken me about 2 months and it's still not done. He wanted just to go really top notch, so it is a service that we offer. It is not for the faint of heart. It is not cheap, but they do win. So, and you can contact me or Ricky for any of the Traxxas Space RCRI stuff, or Randy for anything associated, right? I mean,
I'm not really that savvy in the mid-motor stuff, but I do have an associated mid-motor car.
Yeah.
Associated base mid-motor car.
Okay.
I'm actually setting up for this weekend. For
Why don't you have a
San Jose.
mid-motor car, Randy?
Why do I?
Why don't you race a mid-motor car?
Because I just haven't put any time into it. I have 2 other cars that I don't have to. They're already set up. I've already set them up. So it's just that much easier to grab a car that goes instead of one that I need to set up. Because finding time to set up another car.
It's a lot of time. These aren't slashes with 14 screws and they throw them together and you put some wheels and a body on it and you go out and run it. It doesn't work like that. This car had 25 or 30 hours in it. 30 hours just to build the car. And then countless unlogged hours just dialing the car and making it faster and making it faster and making it faster. So, with that being said, it is getting a little dim out there.
Let's do it.
We have 2 things we want to do really quick. First of all, we all brought and charged up our 8-scale buggies, and we're going to go have a centerline tug-of-war. Then when we get back, what we're going to do is we're going to show you really quickly, it's going to be a quick show tonight, guys, and that is what scales you want to use, what you're looking for when you scale your cars, why a lot of stuff that you're seeing on the internet with something like these kind of scales really doesn't matter, but how you can still use it, but you have to use it in a different way. So let's go outside before it gets any darker, and let's get this tug-of-war on. He's looking at me like ice.
You got my jet propelled.
Yeah, I got a pretty gnarly one of mine too. So let's go outside and do some tug-of-war stuff. That's gonna be fun.
Come on, kids.
We need the green light. We're gonna do some.
Janelle, you get to do the green
it's right
light.
there behind you.
Janelle.
I'm putting you to work.
Oh yeah, we're all running our fucking DX5Cs too.
You're gonna press the button.
Patriot.
It's cool.
Brand spanking new body, new wings.
You just need to paint your wheel, whatever.
Rims?
Yeah.
No.
Put like American flags on them. Jesus Christ. Look, Daddy. Did you see him?
He got broken blue tire.
Oh, I can't keep tires on.
It's a great day to wear slides and flip-flops.
Mine tops out way too quick.
Really? We're going in the street? Okie dokie. You okay? Well.
It doesn't like that bump.
Wait, hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait, let me see underneath. Go back.
What about the underneath? Nobody needs to see that.
Oh no, just trying to jump your toe. Oh, that didn't sound good.
Whoa.
It doesn't like the bumps, kid.
Okay, wait. Now go.
My drag car hits that better.
These things are doing cartwheels.
See, I don't have any top end in this thing because I got a big old spur on there.
Hey, somebody stand on the side and tell me when you see the center.
Okay, one of you guys do that.
Okay, who's got first? Randy and Ricky?
We're giving them an advantage.
Wait.
Ooh, a thorn. Where do you want your leg?
Pull yours over that way.
Seems like crooked.
Ow.
There you go.
Don't want to step on them.
Tug-of-war.
So wait a minute.
Come on.
We just gotta pull a car past the line. Blue tape don't matter.
That's right. That's just
That's just center.
center mark. Okay. Let's see this thing.
Oh, there you go.
We'll stand back here because shit might fly.
Don't know what's gonna happen.
Are you watching?
Tug-of-war.
Did you
Trying
have
to gas them out over here.
Did you have
Okay.
Taco Bell again or
You
something?
gonna do it? Okay, gentlemen, go on the light. Come on! Come on! Oh! Randy's in the lead. Randy's pulling him. Randy's working that diff, just working it. Oh, Ricky's going! Ricky's going! That was so epic! Did you see that?
I wasn't even on the throttle yet.
I broke something.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah! My car works good.
Hey!
What'd you break?
Oh my.
What'd
Car.
you break, Randy? Car.
Uh-oh.
I didn't want to gas it because I didn't want to blow my friggin' tires off.
No, but hey, that was just going for death, or either do or die. What'd you break, Randy?
I didn't break nothing. I caught my photo hold on.
Okay, good. You're the winner.
How? I
Oh
drove
no,
his
you
ass
did
across
drag
the
him,
line.
huh? You almost had him, Randy. What happened?
Walking in. So
Here, I'm missing part
Ricky,
of my
no.
phone.
See, Ricky said, "I don't give a shit about my drivetrain." That's what Ricky said. All right, let's do it. You want a different tire?
Those are shot. Look at my foam.
Dude, those couldn't have pulled even better, dude. It was perfect.
Seems like bent.
Oh yeah. I just rebuilt it. Okay. Here we go, round two.
I'm gonna blow shit apart.
Ready?
Oh my god! It was like an airplane.
I said, fuck it, I'm going for it.
All right, me and you, Randy, come on.
Losers battle.
I want, hey, because you guys had a battle where you were kind of yanking at each other. That was awesome, dude.
I wasn't letting that happen again. I completely, hey look, I got no foam in this tire now.
That was awesome.
We'll see.
The foam's out there.
Might have cost him the car, but
Phantom power.
Oh my.
is that one Phantom?
Hell yeah.
Motor and speed control?
Oh yeah.
That's what my new one is. Whoa! Hey, you want your phone back?
The other half's over there.
Was it awesome?
yeah, that fucking 46, 13. That's not a good combo.
Okay.
Pops out fast.
Ready?
I lost my radio. Okay, you beat me.
I won't drag you upside down like Ricky did to me.
The kid's laughing.
Alright, 3 wide drag race.
Yes.
Whoa!
3 wide drag race.
Oh, my stuff's not fast because I got that big old giant fucking thing in there.
Hold on.
Mine just wheelies though.
Mine will flip over backwards.
You know, if one of these goes haywire, it's ruining a car now.
Well, then be smart, guys. All right. Driver's on the light.
You gotta roll into it with these.
I'm trying to lose my phone.
Okay, let's roll into it. Huh? Thank you, baby.
I got no. Now we're good. I literally just finished cutting out my body, so I got nothing to hold it down. Now we're good. Take it all out.
8 square drag racing.
You hear the kid?
He's like, yeah. Randy dragged that ass, huh? I can't believe your car's that fast with blown out tire. 3 out of 4 tires blown out.
Okay. Hey, no cheating.
God damn it.
Get back there.
Too touchy.
Finally, don't have that no sensor. Dump power, don't know where it's going.
Driver's on the light.
And back.
Oh, great.
He's like, why are you guys standing there?
You gotta regear your. You ain't going nowhere. Let it.
Ooh! Ooh!
Dude, you guys,
Oh.
that's a leg breaker, okay?
Oy.
I saw it. You see that?
Me and you are the most matched because the cars both pull wheelies. His just goes.
I think I blew up my differential.
His is naked.
Blown up differential.
Riding topless.
Yeah,
Yours was just digging in. The back wheels weren't spinning, nothing.
Okay, come on, kids. What the heck you doing? You're gonna fall over.
Sunday, 3rd Sunday of the month.
Yep, that's how I do it.
You ever see me? When I race, I go like this.
No, go it.
You ever see me after a race? As I'm running, I'm following.
Used to those old AM radios.
Okay. Driver's on the light. What the heck are you doing?
Gotcha!
Oh, there, Chicky.
Whoa.
That's kind of intimidating when all 3 of them coming straight at you.
I got foam sticking out all my fucking.
Reverse race.
Reverse.
Yeah.
There, here's another one.
Yeah, don't turn.
Oh.
Oh!
Look at my earbuds. I don't want to do this anymore.
No.
Oh!
These need wheelie bars.
You guys are like hugging each
Now I see
other.
why people make drag race cars out of these.
And then Jamie was on the ground. LOL topless.
Where'd Randy go?
Good one, Brian. Good one. Woo!
Oh no!
Oh!
We're gonna have a 3-way
There's a threesome down at the block.
Nice.
Look at that teamwork. Oh, God. Meow.
Car. Where's the girls? Okay. Sorry. My bad. Hey. Hey. My bad.
You guys want the light back out there? Oh! Way to rear end a real car. Okay, kids. Oh, God.
Watch this. Watch. Hey, watch out. I'm going to show you guys a jumbo coming. It don't work. You're going to flip over. Watch out. Don't stand in the middle there.
Yeah.
Watch out, Randy. Watch the lights. Grab the lights.
Hold. Wait.
I'm coming right by you, Randy. Car's turning. Oh, light turn. You see that? Watch out. Coming through. Coming through. You gotta go over to the stop sign. Yeah, see, Mom doesn't kick up like this.
Car.
Hit the body.
Run, Forrest, run. Where'd it go? Oh.
That is the champion.
Watch out! Oh my God! Almost got ran over by a Prius.
Watch out, I'm coming right to that stop sign. Whoa, look at it. Oh, okay, he's coming through. The light.
Where are you going? Damn! Jesus criminy.
Hey, dude, we should probably leave. Some guy was gassed it for your car. Oh, you with the RC cars, put them on the ground.
Good job, light girl. Oh, don't.
Fashion, my car's falling apart. Got nut and bolt that thing. Yeah. Mine fell apart too. You good?
Yeah, it's out there. Look. Thorn wins in this game.
Did you get it out?
Yeah, as long as you walk around barefoot.
Shipped off by itself.
Oh.
Well, that's good.
And it hurt.
Dude, if a cop car does pull up,
Solid.
just close the door. So nobody's home, leave a message. Beep. Yeah, I probably should have done it out in front of that truck, but he got it. He's like, rude.
Don't back up.
Okay.
Sprint cars now?
Do it. Oh, he almost got elbowed.
No, my sprint car is still sitting without a
There.
motor and ESC.
Garbage can?
Put on phone, don't handle. It's kill madness.
Yeah, I wonder how this thing would drive on the track with no foams.
I mean,
I got no foams in my tires now.
oh, they're empty.
I spit them all out down the street.
Yep. Yeah, one shot's in. That's why I just sit on the ground and walked away. Dude, she's pretty. She's pretty, Ricky. Oh, it's got the gauge cluster. That's sick. I didn't see that. I want one of those. Yeah, we are Northern California. We are a dirt oval community. We have a 3rd mile here called the Petaluma Speedway, and we've been all going there since I don't know, since I was 5 years old. You know what? Let me up just for a sec.
Of course, as soon as you all sit down.
Sorry.
Costume change? Is he gonna come back with the shark outfit on?
Changing hats.
No. Should sing Baby Shark song.
Okay.
What the?
Dirty digging.
Yeah. You know, a dirty digging hat on. There's a buddy of ours named Brian Spencer. What's up, Brian, if you're watching? And Brian has a piece of property out Bodega Avenue, going out of Petaluma towards the beach. The beach is about 25 minutes from here. And he's got a big high bank dirt oval, which is pretty cool. We got to go out there and rip it up with him.
Wait,
So let's get into this. She's up there.
I was like,
I don't know what happened to her, Riggy.
something is in here.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to her, Riggy. Okay, so let's take the body off this guy.
Shitty part about this.
Can you throw that over there somewhere? Thank you.
You know, the only thing I found about having the speed control up here, that you turn the damn thing on.
Yeah, it sucks with the.
I mean, you gotta
You have quick
clip
connects.
the body, and
You have the quick body releases.
if I pull this off, I can do it. But
What
if
where
you
you
put the
cut
car
where you
off-
cut a hole right above where the button is, so you can just
Yeah.
stick your pinky in and hit it.
right where the header is.
Yeah. This is heavy weight. Doesn't need a header. It's got an electric motor in it. So, there's a lot of guys in the last month or so that. Is there any questions so far? I mean, I haven't. Is anybody watching it?
Trying to get back to it.
Hold on a sec.
No, we're all gonna watch you guys just stare at your phones. Do,
Sorry.
Do,
Nope,
do, do, do,
Nope, I don't got it.
do.
Okay, so there's a lot of guys in the last month
See,
or
even
two.
somebody on there said no baby shark.
No,
What?
baby, what does that mean?
Because she was saying
I
something
thought-
about baby shark. And even some guy posted, "Oh God, please not baby shark."
Somebody commented on one of my posts, which
Baby
is
shark's right here.
That's Daddy
That's
Shark.
Daddy Shark, but
Daddy Shark.
Oh, okay.
That's enough. Well, that's enough.
Cloverdale.
Is Paul watching? Is Paul Peterson
Paul is
watching?
watching.
Is he?
He is watching.
Okay. We love you, Paul.
He posted dirt oval. Yeah, baby.
So this is a setup. I don't even remember what these cost. $100. I don't know. So what these are is in the real race car world. You want to set up. Different tracks require different weight settings in all 4 corners. And the way that you would get those weight settings would be to have a car that's already dialed in and to a certain track, and then put it on these and record what it is. So that if you changed it for another track, you could always come back to that track and already have your data logged. Now what I mean by that, there's a lot of guys here, let me take a minute here and hook these up.
No wonder why my car was all over the place.
Front right.
Crooked.
What's the matter?
Oh, the front wheels. I got one in, one comes in this way,
Smack
one
him.
points out that way.
Daryl will tell you I fixed his car.
Yeah.
He was.
Daryl's probably on
Joey
here.
Toad.
We towed him.
Okay. So, let's give me that battery you got sitting over there.
God, that was my back that just popped.
Sucks getting old, huh?
That turned. Pop! Oh, you hear that again?
No.
Our live studio audience.
What do you got going on here?
Let's go with the fruit. Okay, so now that I know it's all perfect, let's just set this car right here for a second. Okay, so a lot of guys are buying this contraption. This is the Sky RC corner weight scale system. There's a lot of other ones. I know Hootie makes a nice one.
And the blowfish.
The blowfish?
That's what I
Is
said.
that-
The blowfish.
No.
If they're without blowfish.
Hootie has an H-U-D-Y. Hootie is known for really, really high dollar setup parts, camber gauges, stuff like that. Well, Hootie makes a nice set of these too. They're probably a lot nicer than this, but I bought this just to play with it. This will run you about $100, and the reason why this won't work, and we've gone over this, anybody who's watched our episodes knows that the chassis in any of these cars is not neutral. So if you have a white spring on one side with a 1/4 inch of preload, on the other side doesn't have a white spring with a 1/4 inch of preload. It might have a white spring, but that might be 3/4 of an inch of preload or whatever, and that is the wedge adjustment that you have to do with those little Traxxas filler plugs for the side of the shocks. Or preload spacers for the side of the shocks. A lot of you guys have the threaded bodies with the threaded collars, and that works too. But when you have a car set up neutral and you take off and it immediately goes right, you do it again and it goes right, well then you know that, remember what I said guys in all my other videos, left side, it's opposite side. So if the car's going right, you want to give it left. Well, the next thing you know, the car's kind of sitting like this to keep it from going right, and you got the car going straight. But when you put that car on these scales, it's not going to show the same thing here or the same thing there. And a lot of guys are putting their cars on these scales and going, hey man, I want to, you can use it for weight transfer front to rear if you know what that number is that you're shooting for. Because if not, you're just measuring stuff and going, oh, okay, cool, those are the numbers. So same with the rear end. You're never going to put a drag car on these. And this is why I say these don't work for setting up a car. At first, a car that's been built and it's never been run, that has to be done out on a street. You got to get that car going straight and make that car work. And the way that you can do that is watch our videos, look at the wedge adjustments, the bar tweak adjustments. Once you got your car going straight, then you can buy one of these, put it on there, and record what it is after the car's dialed. But just putting a fresh car on top of these isn't going to tell you anything. It's just going to be just dummy numbers. You're not going to know what they mean because you have nothing to compare them to. So, what I usually do when I'm just trying to get
Hoodie.
I don't know. That's how you spell it, the first one, H-E-D-Y. I don't know. Anyway, so this is
Maybe it's for pronunciation.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
That's
Yeah, totally. So this is just your normal shipping scale. Is that what you call this? Package scale or whatever that you can get at, Stapler or Staples or whatever, Stapler. Staples. And you can, whatever you put on it to start with is going to zero it out. And it's at 0. So I can take this car, put a battery in it right where I run it, and it's going to tell you how much that car weighs. So, so my car right now is sitting at 4.7 pounds. Now, I've had cars lighter than this, and a lot of the guys, I've seen a lot of NPRC places wanting to, at least talking about putting weight restrictions on the car, so you could only have it like 4.2 pounds or 4 pounds flat, and you can't be any lighter than that. And I got to tell you, with my experience, you don't want a car lighter than that, because once you get a car lighter than that, it doesn't hook as well. You got no weight in it. Where are you going to follow the ghost?
Someone said they want to see the ghost on that.
The ghost is probably
I
going to
think
be
it's heavier.
It's going to be heavier. Yeah. So
Ghosts
as you
aren't
can
light,
see, guys,
huh?
light isn't always a better thing. Now this right here, this gives me an actually really accurate number of what the car weighs, and that's actually pretty important. That's something that's useful that I can use. Now, what would I use that for, Dan? I would use that to maybe compare to my competitors. I could try maybe try and taking a little weight out, something that I don't necessarily need in the car, that I can try and run it to see if it works better or feels faster without any more weight. But this is without changing my car. This is bare bones what I need in the car. This car is built with aluminum and titanium screws. It's about as light as you can get this design, and it weighs 4.7 pounds. So let's throw the Ghost up there. Battery. And you gotta kind of put it under the rear diff. Yeah, ish. So what's she at? 8.4 pounds? No.
4.84 ounces. Yep, she's a fat cat.
She is. She's a fat cat. And me and Ricky have had extensive conversations about this at races and stuff, and we believe that little bit of weight is what makes the car, even some of the competitors at our last race, I could hear them like from 30 feet away, Dan and Ricky's car, they just launched so freaking hard. And I got to tell you, it's a combination of that weight putting it to the ground and the horsepower that the motors are spinning.
Yeah, they want to know how much it'll weigh with the body on it.
It'd be a 5-pound car.
You got like 5 different.
But I built a car a long time ago called the Devil Car, and that's actually what a lot of the parts for the Gunslinger came from. And that car was like 4.27 pounds with the body on. I mean, it was really extremely light, and we never could get that car to hook up. Did it work? Yeah. Was it fast? Yeah. But it was supposed to be the Ghost. When I had the Ghost and the Devil was built to take the Ghost's place.
5.24 ounces.
Yeah, so she's a fat pig.
That's with a battery and body.
Battery body, that's the way that thing would sit on the track. So let's throw one of these cars on the scales here. Okay, so the scales.
Do you want it back over there?
Sit battery again.
Ghost is going to be making an appearance in Sacramento tomorrow.
Damn. So what are you trying to say, Todd? Say, Todd. I'm sending down my mercenary. Okay. So as you can see here, hold on, I was jumping around, trying not to shake the table, guys. Okay. So here's my front. Right around 280, jumping around 280, and right at 700. That's quite a bit different in the front. Now, my front is set up neutral. So why is my front so far off? My front is so far off because some of the characteristics of the hard wedge I have going on in the back are translating into the front. They're making the car sit funny, and that's why it's doing that. So, as you can see in the back, no, I'm doing the wrong ones here. I can't read it upside down. Left rear, right rear. Yeah. They're actually pretty close. But you can see how it's translating through the front differently.
Yeah,
So
every movement on the table too is going to.
Yeah. So let's let this thing settle here for a minute. There, it's perfect right there. So these are my two rear settings, and as you can see, I got 678 and 715. That's because of the difference in the wedge back here. I got a lot more over here than I do over here, and the car's sitting over to the left. Lucasfilms now. That was and like I said, that wedge that you're seeing the difference here is being translated into the front because the front's nice and soft, and if the rear's sitting over to one side, the front's going to be doing that too. And as you can see, the difference in the front is 264 to 359. That's quite a bit. And then you have the total weight of the car, and you can change this thing. But let's say, here's where it would come really handy. Let's say you bought one of these things, your car is dialed, you put it on there, you record everything, just the way you're going to run it. And let's say you go out, and in 2 races from then, after you've recorded that data, you crash the car. This is a really, really, really good way and precise way to throw a wrecked car with, mind you, the most important thing, data already logged from before it was wrecked, And if there's anything if it feels different down the track, well, you can find it in this. So this is a first line of pinpointing. So if I crashed a car and something was going on in this front end, and I put, on the left side here, and I couldn't see it physically, well, then I could go back to my data, and my data will show, instead of, let's just say this front one was 268 up there, and now it's at 312. I know that and all the other three numbers are right. I know the problem is somewhere in that corner. So it helps you find problems, and it helps you reset up a car after a wreck or after a, maybe I can't say a tear down and rebuild with a different chassis or something, because that, again, you're going to have to take that new form of that car and go out front and make it straight again. But if you have one of these, that's where it's really going to work, is to log data where your already existing working car is. If you want just simple weight of a car, these are about $30. So it's a lot cheaper. It's $70 cheaper, and this will just give you the weight of the car. And to tell you the truth, for the most part, just to see where your car is at, you don't need this. You just need this. But once you see that, then you don't really need it again. I barely use this thing,
First, you gotta get a boat, Paul.
Scale my RC boat.
Well, we're gonna get into that next week. I want to do a shark body lid. I think that would just be rude, dude.
I just can't wait to see that Geico run with me running it.
Yeah. Ricky recently picked up just a really ripping boat, and the only time I seen it run was when it was with the last owner, Tony. And Tony got it open, and my jaw dropped just before the boat lifted. I mean, my jaw dropped. My jaw dropped at how fast it was right before it went whoop, and did a complete backward, and then landed back in the water right side up. And I was just like, we were like, oh shit. Randy just got himself a badass boat. It's a black boat with lightning bolts all through it. It's like a 38-inch or something. 36-inch hull.
Catamaran.
Yeah, catamaran. It's. But yeah, that's it. Does anybody got any questions about the scaling? So like I said, you can't take a car that you just built and think that this thing, by using the scales and your wedge back here, that you're going to make the back of these just the same, and that's what's going to make the car work. These cars do not work with a neutral chassis. It's the same reason why in race cars, in real solid axle race cars, if they're doing road course, they use a Watts link instead of a panhard bar. In NASCAR, they use a panhard bar. Why? Because the side of the car that the panhard bar favors of the suspension is the side they want it to, because they're only turning one way. But it's not neutral enough. So a panhard bar is, you have a solid axle and you're linked down to one side of the car, and then you have that link up to the opposite side of the chassis, and it keeps the rear end in line from going back and forth on the coils. Well, a Watts link takes those two bars off of the chassis to the center of the axle and has a cantilever for the two rods. So as it goes down, the cantilever twists and the rods come up with it, and that's what keeps and that's a much more neutral set. And we were not looking for that in drag racing. These aren't going to be a neutral set car. You're never going to have the same weight here that you have here. It's just not going to happen, and that's due to the torque twist in the drivetrain. So, is there anything anybody wants to add to that?
I bought the scales, made a really cool level platform for them, and they've been hanging on my wall ever since.
Yeah, same thing with these. I bought these 2 years ago, and it's just been sitting in a box. So if anybody wants to buy some scales, $50.
I was building the car, trying to get it all matched evenly on each corner, and run the car down the street, it wouldn't go straight.
And that's because of the wedge adjustment. Was that before I taught you about the wedge?
That was in the middle of figuring it all out.
Okay. The wedge is super important, and again, we've gone over this in several things. Really quick rundown. What wedge is when you set up a car neutral and you go out to run it, and it runs consistently one way to the left. Well, you know it's always the opposite side. If it goes left, you need to put more preload on the right. If it goes right, you need more preload on the left, because what's happening is when the car goes right, it's dipping down on the left, and that's what's sending it right. So, these cars, once you get a car going straight with a wedge adjustment in the back with preload, then it's gonna make these two weights of this rear axle different. So, and that's just nature of the beast. Until somebody makes a solid axle rear drag car, and even then it won't be the same. So, What's up, Rick Turner? What's up, bro, Luke? Ricky Reed, Kevin Crons, Brian Dervage. On road, yes, Ricky. So people would think, well, what would you need a perfectly neutral chassis for? And that's almost nothing. Even on a road race course in an RC car, a road race course is going to be left and right, and it's always going to have, most tracks will always have one big, huge sweeper into a straightaway. Well, if that's your fastest portion of the track, then you want to set the suspension up so that it works good through the infield, but it has a little bit of extra characteristic to that one side that you're going through that sweeper in, because that's the high-speed sweeper. So, yeah, I mean, it's wedge adjustments are all over, and for different tracks. And if you watch our videos and you can understand wedging, you can actually apply that to other tracks and other forms of RC racing. So, Freddie LeBlanc, Matthew Fontes, Ricky Bellotti is watching.
No, I messaged Rick Turner.
Oh, did you?
Why does it say? Why does it only say I'm watching?
I don't know. Maybe it logged you out while you messaged and brought you back or something. I don't know. So next weekend, next Friday, we'll be going live from Roberts Lake. We will announce a time. We're going to be doing it through YouTube. Remember that, guys. YouTube. We're going to go YouTube live. Now, how do they do that, Randy? Do they go to our page and they see it live?
I don't know. I think you have to go to YouTube and
You have to play with it.
we'll just be streaming live from YouTube. I don't know if you can send it. I don't know. I'll have to play with it and see if I can send a notification to Facebook or something. I don't know exactly what.
Okay.
Or just say that we're going live. Go over to the Facebook page. I mean the YouTube page.
Okay.
I'll have to tinker with it a little bit.
If it's too much hassle, then we'll keep going through Facebook. The only problem is Facebook will wake up tomorrow and this video tonight will have 5,000 views. How it gets that many views, I don't know in one night. But it does, and those views, when Randy takes it down and puts it to YouTube, the views don't change. So what we want is views on YouTube. That's why it's always been our goal since day one, right? To go live from YouTube. Unfortunately, I waited too long a time to push Randy to help me, and so that was my fault. And then once we got on there, we thought once we had a YouTube page, we could go live from YouTube. But no, you got to have 1,000 subscribers
To stream from
and
mobile.
that's a pretty big mile mark, coming from something that started on Facebook, and you're directing these people over to another engine, and being that it's RC cars, it's a niche hobby. To have 1,000 in I don't know how long we've been on YouTube now. 2 months?
No, more than a month.
Like 3.
It's been just as long as the page.
Oh shoot!
What the heck was that?
Damn it! That was my body nut.
Your nuts finally dropped.
Did you get both of them? No. Both of these nuts. Yeah. So I don't know where the hell they are. I don't know. I'll find it in a minute. So you guys, hey, if you know anybody who owns a business, or just anybody at all that wants to possibly help us out with the St. Jude's Children's Center drive that we're going to be having on September 5th, donating RC car parts and kits off.
We might come up with a power supply for an iCharger for the St. Jude stuff to go in there.
That would be cool.
I know a guy that's building them.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's it?
Some cool motherfucker, I guess.
Is it you, Randy?
It is me.
It's you, Randy.
I knew.
Way to talk yourself up there, bud.
No, because I got a couple
Paul
of them.
says I own a business.
Paul is, and Paul, we just want you to get caught up, bud. We want you to have peace of mind. This is all hit Paul. It's a good thing. It's a bad thing. It's a double-edged sword, because we brought Paul. We talked him into getting into this. He got into it, and what happened? The good thing is what happened is exactly what I promised him would happen. Is this will catch on. People want the bodies. It would take off, and it has. The other edge of the sword is it's really buried him, because he's a one-man band. So hopefully he's a really smart guy. He's got some strategy planned out for the next couple weeks to implement this second machine. And I told him I would send a band of thugs out there one afternoon to help him pump bodies out. Yo, my name's Tony. I'm here to pump bodies out for you. Yeah, we really want to reach a just an astronomical number on the tickets that we sell for the raffle.
I got raffle tickets, by the way.
I got a big old roll. We got to use mine. There are 10,000 of them.
Giant freaking roll.
What color?
Red.
Damn it, mine are red too.
Office Depot is closing in Windsor, and everything was 50%.
That's because it's only the worst location.
We
for
need to
Office
get
Depot.
what we need is we need like 1 or 2 other colors. We need like blue ones or beige ones.
We need to do a 50-50 raffle.
Yeah, we'll do a 50-50 raffle. Totally.
What's up? Yeah, there's a lot of stuff we should do.
Yeah.
Set up just groups
Get to
of clumps
Well,
of
we-
stuff.
We should talk about it more, but you remember Otis, Sacramento?
Yeah.
He's a barbecue pit master.
Okay.
He wants to bring his pit down.
Yeah.
Ton of tri-tip and
That sounds really good. Unfortunately, I already had somebody that my parents, remember they were going to come out and do the food.
Maybe your mom.
options.
Yeah. Yeah, I would like to have Otis, and I bet he could cook too.
Oh, he's a barbecue pit master. And he's licensed with the health, state, all that.
Really?
We could tell him charge.
Okay.
Maybe your mom would like to give
We
her
can
arm a
figure
break.
that out later.
Well, I mean, the incentive for him is to come down and make money, because he'll be selling plates.
So most of those
You know?
guys that go to events and they sit there and sell the plates, they pay a spot fee. I was thinking, maybe a small percentage of what he makes for the day goes into the St. Jude's thing.
Yeah, we can work it out with him. Otis, if you're watching this, get a hold of us. I'm not opposed to that at all, considering with what happened to my mom. My mom just had I told you guys a couple weeks ago, she got kicked off a horse and broke her arm in a bunch of places, and it turned out it didn't set right, and she had to go have a surgery yesterday. It was actually yesterday she was in surgery, and they opened her arm up and re-broke it and set it, and then put a plate in there with a bunch of screws, and so my mom's pretty doped up right now.
Probably a good idea to let her chill.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll reach out to Otis. We really need to have a meeting with some and finalize some stuff for us, and really put in stone, who's coming, and because there was talk of some of our sponsors wanting to come out. I'd really love to still fly Paul out. Shouldn't be, would be too expensive for a weekend.
Get him that Corona flag.
Yeah, I'll set up a tent.
Corona
I'll set him up a tent in the back of my pickup.
We'll set him up in a bubble so he doesn't infect anybody else. Bubble wrap.
Paul's gonna fly out here and infect us with his nonsense. Paul's a really good guy. Paul's just he's trying like hell to figure this new business out, and he's doing a good job of it. And I stand behind his product. So I like to think of myself as a man of integrity and friendship.
As holes support multiples.
Assholes. That's awesome. That even makes the first one even funnier. Yeah, so we can do that. And Randy, you're racing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course he is.
I'd like to race it too, but it's more important for us to make everybody come out and have fun. And like I said, if the first thing on my list mentally was to go out and win and be a big shot in a race, then I'd whittle my weight somehow. But it's not my first most important thing for this race is to earn money for St. Jude. So I want to be able to cut a check through 707 Streetcars to St. Jude's for a couple $1,000s and get on this live in September 11th or whatever the next show is and go, dude, you guys are not gonna believe how much money we were able to give St. Jude's. So it's going to be a big deal, so it'll be really cool. So is there any other questions or people?
Beat up on the kids in the junior class. That's why we're flying you out, Paul.
Yeah. Hold on, show him Paul's new ride. Bring it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Paul, we built you a car.
Paul, we actually built you a car for the race. I think it's perfectly your style. I think that you're going to be able to just clean up with this thing. And here it is. This is the Paul Peterson special here. It's a 12-turn Titan motor.
If you pedal, it goes really fast. These things start flapping in the wind.
Or if Tim, it would suit Tim Smith if he wants to come out.
Oh, Lordy.
Oh, I gotta give Paul shit because he's such a good shit giver. You know what I'm saying? I'll call him after not talking to him for a week and be like, "What the fuck do you want?" I mean, oh, you just shouldn't say it on the show, but that's what he said. So
After he wins his race, we'll put him in the hamster ball and
Yeah.
run around the parking lot.
That's his quarantine.
oh, that's
That's
too
your
much.
quarantine cage.
Oh wow, it's right on. You just showed the. Usually it's like 2 minutes behind or a minute behind. That's just too much. So, let's sign off. Episode 21 in the books. Paul Peterson of Shark RC Bodies. If you don't have one, you might get bit by one.
I might fit in there too.
Yeah. Phantom, Flashbacks, RCRI, Raw, R1. R1 works. I want to give a shout out if you guys need any like really high end lubricants and stuff like that. Setup tools. Check out One Up Racing. One Up has some good stuff. I would love for One Up to contact me. I really like their I get some of their products from Matt Kidd, and
The tassels are banned.
the tassels are banned.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like canards.
They might cut.
They
somebody's
might
wrist.
smack somebody in the eye.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm good. You better damn well believe I'm gonna have a wing on the back of that thing.
Rocket Howard.
That's awesome.
Once I learn this bad boy, we can go.
Yeah, I think in the near future we're gonna do a more of a bigger dyno night, and we're gonna just bring out a bunch of motors. And we got the new Trinity,
It's the modelizer.
the modelizer. I got my little motor analyzer. There's a bigger one that's pretty expensive that has a big brass weight on it that you can preload and stuff. I was thinking about buying one of those because that's what it comes down to. When you got a chassis and you can tune a chassis like I can, it's all about horsepower. So
I think Paul meant jack asses, not jack aces.
Oh yeah, you know what? You're absolutely right, Brian Dervage. I want to thank each and every one of you, as I always do. I obviously forgot tonight. Pardon me for tuning in. Without you guys, we wouldn't be doing this. We got thousands and thousands of followers in like 8 different countries. It's just really, really cool to have blown up this big and to have people wanting to tune in and learn from us so that they can go fast too. And we still do on a weekly basis. We get 5 or 10 each of us. We get, hey, don't have any questions for you guys. Just reaching out to you to let you know that you've really helped a lot of guys in my area. You've helped us go fast. So thank you guys for tuning in and making this what it is and going over to YouTube and subscribing. We're doing this for fun. We're doing it for the kids. So these guys are both going to races this weekend. I personally don't want to do anything but take my new pickup camping with my daughter. So that's what we're doing. We're going camping this weekend. Ramel Whitaker, the Cayman Islands man. He's my buddy man. Is that how you say it? I think they speak the same there as they do in Hawaii. It's like the same distance out, just opposite coast.
Hawaiian's called pigeon.
Yeah.
Pigeon, what does that mean?
That's
just their language.
Like their accent. You can ask her. When I first moved back, you couldn't even understand me.
He's all, woo, woo.
That's what made you fall in love with him, huh? The way he was.
That's awesome.
Rick Turner, get a hold of me if you're going tomorrow.
You guys are gods in Canada.
Yeah. Where are you going, San Jose?
No,
No,
he's
I'm
going to
going
San Jose.
Jose.
I'm going.
He's going to
I'm
Sacramento.
going east.
I'd say, are you going to that same?
Sacramento. No,
Right.
it's not. It's a new spot.
Oh, good. Thank God.
He
'Cause
told me.
that spot
I've been
sucks
talking
so
to Will
bad.
off and on throughout the week, and he said it's a good spot. So
You should take that other spot and roll its cord up and throw it in the closet because it sucks. Okay. Vacuum. Okay, never mind.
I want to go put a good pass down on that tree with actual tune in the car.
Yeah, with Will.
Yeah,
Yeah, totally.
because I went 244 with 0 tune.
What do you mean 0 tune?
I took all the boost timing, turbo timing out just so it would go down that road.
Go down that road, yeah.
So
Good luck to you guys. Watch out, Sacramento and San Jose. I'm sending down some hired killers. I'm proud of my boys. I'm proud of my team.
I'm gonna go home and put together another car that's never been tested and go run it again.
Do it.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm proud of all the accomplishments that we made, and you haven't seen nothing yet because we're. This is actually. Can we show this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's already
This
been
is-
out.
this
It's
is
out
something,
out and about.
That one?
Here, take this guy.
No, this one.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is a car. Do you want to scale it?
That was the way.
So much for signing off.
Yeah, we're not signing off right now. Just another minute. I'm really proud of Randy. Randy was having some problems lately, and he's like, you know what, screw this, man. I'm tired of, it runs really good, and he has problems with these. I want to make a race car chassis. And he made this by hand.
No way.
In his garage.
Really?
And it is
100% in my
an
garage.
associated car.
Shit.
So
Talk about it, dude.
I don't know.
it's
It
not
doesn't have a
DR10
name.
ish.
No, it doesn't have a name.
It's
a no name.
R10. Yeah.
Yes.
The
It's
RV10. RV10.
The RV10, dude. That's the name of it.
The RV1.
Yeah, the
This is
RV1. The
one.
RV1. Yeah. So this is a chassis much like the Black Widow chassis. He's used his ribs. They're really low slung. I think that these chassis that have more low slung chassis components will actually work better on the track. You see some of these chassis that the second deck's an inch and a half up or
It
whatever.
was easier to do that than try to make spacers to go
Stand
up,
offs,
so that's
yeah.
why it went. That's why it went flat.
But he's done a very good with it, and he brought it out the last list race, and it actually did better for him than the old setup. I don't know what you got going on there, but you got a bunch of slop there.
Don't worry about that. She just
in the
does
top
what she
shot.
does.
Are we on here?
Nope.
Oh, I need a battery.
Oh, it's right here.
Dun, dun, dun.
So he's at 4.7 pounds with no body. So that's probably up at
Like
about
5.3.
5.2, 5.3, yeah. So as you can see, guys, once you put all the components in these cars, they're 5-pound cars, and the reason why you can make your chassis as light as you want, and it's always going to be a certain weight, is because you're never going to get away from the common denominator of weight with the componentry. A motor's always going to weigh what it weighs. The speed control and a cat pack are always going to weigh what they weigh. A battery and a servo is always going to weigh what they weigh. The tires weigh what they weigh. You can't go drilling holes in your wheels because it just doesn't work like that. So don't worry too much, guys, about how light your car is, or setting rules in your area for your NPRC group of weight restriction. Somebody that actually figures out some magical way to make a car with a body and a battery actually 4 pounds. That guy is, and I got close once, but that guy's, it's going to bite him in the butt. So don't worry about cars that are just super light, or how light you got to make your cars. If your car with the body on it and the battery in it weighs a smidge over 5 pounds, you're right there, dude. Just make it go straight and put some horsepower in it. So good job, dude. Good
job, Randy
dude.
Rhodes.
Yeah, I really like the car.
Went from literally finishing at 8 o'clock in the morning, day of the race,
Yeah,
to racing, and then
to running it.
Did you stay up all
maintaining
night?
My spot. No, I got up at 6 o'clock or 5:30 in the morning and went down there about 6, and all right, and to get this thing put together and done, because it's
Wow.
either that or it's gonna be the backup car, and I was like, not gonna be the backup.
No, heck no. Way to go.
Finished at 8 o'clock that morning, took it up, threw it down the track, fiddled with them. I didn't even do any suspension tuning. I did. I took one shim out, and that made a world of difference. The rest was in the wheelie bar, and that was literally making a chassis from a sheet of G10 and a sheet of carbon fiber, because they're both. I like the carbon fiber look, and
So this
G10
is the
was cheap.
extreme way of what I was talking about months ago, when I was trying, with my sword to fend off some of these haters about body modifications and changing the rules. There are rules that have always existed in this class, and everything that there's not a rule about is your blank canvas. Paint your car pink with blue flames. Make your give it a shot. Buy a sheet of G10 and make a chassis yourself. And sometimes, just sometimes, especially in my racing career, ingenuity pays off. And I believe that, I could almost bet the deed to the farm that this is one of those cases. He worked hard and he studied the car and he came up with a design all in his head, and he put it down, and god damn, replace that tie rod. What the was that off a crawler?
That's a crawler leak.
Like,
I had to get it. I had to get it together.
with a hammer 72
No, that's
times
a crawler
and put
leak,
it on
dude.
your car?
That's a Vatera link.
It works.
I
It
just
doesn't matter.
needed something to get in there because I had nothing that size. So you do what you got to do.
Yeah, because they're big links. They're 4 mils.
No, those are small. Those are only 3. Well, the outside's 4, but it's got like a little like 2.5 in the middle.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, it's not like a axial link.
But as you guys can see, this chassis he made is just, it's awesome, dude. And it works great. It really does. He did a good job on it. He's got custom stuff all over this car. Randy Fast.
Randy Road Special.
Yeah, I like the X you put in it. It's pretty bitchin'.
I just needed something to take some of the weight out of the chassis because the what was all was kind of, it was a lot heavy.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, I need to figure out what can I
Man,
I'll do some parallelograms.
And I'm not saying you guys don't worry about weight at all. You don't want to, you know, again, you don't want to go the route of, you know, making an all aluminum car and you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's weight that you don't need in the car. You know, if your car is upwards of 6 pounds, then you need to put the thing on a diet, you know?
I'll build a car and I'll race my garbage can car against yours.
Without a battery and a body, a car should be right about 4.5 pounds. And now you guys see with a battery and a body, you're just over 5 pounds, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3. What was that one guy a bunch of shows ago? He chimed in. He's like, my car weighs 7.8 pounds. I'm like, with what? The TV remote and your wallet on it? Huh?
Is he running a Techno?
Yeah, because those cars are heavy. Yeah, I guess we'll sign off. So we will let you guys know what time specifically during the week that we're going to be going live from Roberts Lake. We're going to bring 707 streetcars out to Roberts Lake in Roanoke Park, California, and we're going to bring out some badass boats, and we're going to either rip them or flip them. So,
My neighbor's supposed to come with his canoe.
and you know what? I ain't scared. I'll go swimming.
Oh my god.
I did last time.
A lot of duck poop in here.
We have to get the tugboat out there, but already out there.
Right.
But not hit it in the middle of the fucking...
It's got to be like out of the way. So
Like,
That was-
and the tulies on the other side.
I'm going to have to amp it up a little bit, make it a little faster. Because if you're over there and I flip over there, by the time you get to here, it's going to be underwater, okay?
There's not really much you can do for speed because it's like a 500 kV outrunner motor
Yeah.
with a 18 amp ESC.
Well, I got that other setup from that airboat. It runs on 2 to 6S.
No, because that thing... No, because the ballast is so temperamental in that boat. Because when I had it where it's set level,
Yeah.
that thing would start nosing under when I picked up speed.
Really?
Yeah.
Turn into a submarine.
I just started nosing up.
And like I said, what about putting a big PVC crab claw on it like this and filling it with foam? So that would hold the front of the boat up and it had like an arm to grab the boat. You know what I'm saying?
I want to put like a string with like a little tennis ball so I can just circle around and grab it.
Put a
Like,
crane.
we used to use fishing poles, but man, it was hard as shit. It took like 3 hours to get the boat. I used to bring my cousin. He was really good at casting. Third time, got it. All right, guys, let's sign off. Everybody, keep your chins up, keep your spirits up. God bless America. God bless first responders, police officers, fire, the medical people like Janelle here. Janelle is Ricky's wife, and she
Our live studio audience.
yeah, she works in
Our
the
hard
medical field,
worker.
and she's on the front lines with a lot of people, and she's getting a first hand of what's going on out there. So, my hats off all to them, and like I said, I'll say it till the day I die. God bless America, and we'll sign off for.
And win tomorrow, boys.
Yeah, good luck, guys, tomorrow.
Yeah, go have fun out there.
I have a weird feeling that Chase is going to win.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
good. I hope he does.
I just a weird feeling.
I'm gonna try running 2 classes.
Do it.
I think they're only running 1 in SAC, so
I'm gonna run the 13.5 class. So I bought an ESC and a motor tonight to put the car together for tomorrow morning.
Well, while you guys are sweating your balls off in Sacramento and San Jose,
well tonight.
No, San Jose's not gonna be that bad.
I want to be floating my fat tummy in the KOA pool.
It'll be a night race in SAC. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm other than a lot of the guys in the East Coast and stuff, I think I'm the only one out here that's really run night races, and there's something about the night races, guys. I put lights down the sides of the lanes, and we do a flashlight start, and it really adds like another level of ambiance to the race. It's really, really cool. Plus, it's not hot out, and it goes by quick. It's usually a single eliminator round. We ought to put another one on soon.
About to say, what you waiting for?
Yeah.
I just
I've done 6 or 7 cash days. quite a bit of them.
As far as
Something like that.
tomorrow goes, I just want to see 707 sweep them all. So
Yeah.
far, that's been the, we talked about being the fastest, and
Yeah.
If you're not
even
first,
in
you're
arena.
last.
I mean, I can't say that I walked away with a win. I can't say, but
Well, see,
707
hey,
still did.
I will say, Sacramento guys, they have 2 or 3 guys that are pretty fast. I wish I could have, the day that I got to go and run with them, I wish I could have given them my all, but I was having a problem that I wasn't figuring out yet with the wheels and tires. I changed everything I'd ever done, but I know that they're going to be coming up to Race Wars, so hopefully I can show them what the gunslingers really got. Or maybe even before then on a different piece of tarmac. Did you just burp? Because it smells like Coors Light. Even if farts smell like Coors Light?
Coming out both
That's
ends.
Tony Cortez's fault.
Whoa.
You missed Saturday night. Was pretty epic.
Was it?
Yeah.
Bowling balls?
Yes, Josh. Ricky's going to Sacramento.
We were.
We like to do crazy shit.
We
I'll
were
get all
take-
messed up and light my age scale on fire
You
and
didn't
jump
see
the
him
house
run-
with it.
You didn't see him run eye candy right into a Duramax wheel.
I never saw the video.
Fuck, wide open. We were both. And that car just went.
I never
It hit
saw the
so
video.
hard it blew all the paint off his body.
Oh, that's why. Okay, that's why.
And Billy was like, all I did was look down and all I saw was sparks flying off the thing. And then we were throwing bowling balls in the air. That was fun. 15-pound bowling balls over our heads.
You ain't breaking that part, huh?
No, that's
Like a big old truck hitch. A little Honda's gonna run
it's
into.
for like the old door cranks. It's like a flat piece of metal has a
Shut
fork
up.
to pop it
I
off.
have some aluminum if you want to remake that. Some aluminum. You got little sheets of aluminum.
Traction.
Randy's like, leave it
It
alone.
ain't gonna lighten it up that much because I got this heavy ass wheelie bar
That's
mount
where you
back
want
there.
the weight too. So
All right, kids.
yeah.
All right.
Are we
All
going
right,
to...
guys. Well, hey.
Good night.
Thanks for tuning in for episode 21, 707 Streetcars. Thanks everybody. So God
Over
bless and
and
keep your chin up.
We out.